The science of mind management does not begin with control, discipline, or suppression. It begins with awareness. The mind is not something outside us. It is us. We live through it, we think through it, and we suffer through it. To manage the mind is not to force it into silence, but to understand its movements deeply, without fear or judgment. The first step is to become the observer of your own mind. Just like you watch a movie, you have to learn to watch your thoughts. Normally, we don't observe, we react. A thought of anger arises, and we become angry. A thought of fear arises, and we become afraid. A thought of desire comes, and we chase it blindly. But what happens when you just watch? You are not the anger anymore. You see anger as a passing cloud. You are not the fear anymore. You observe fear as it appears and disappears. Observation creates space between you and the thought, and in that space, there is clarity. This science of observation is not complex. Children do it naturally. They watch a butterfly or a falling leaf with wonder and silence. But as we grow up, we are trained to judge, compare, compete, and achieve. Slowly, our minds become noisy. We don't live in the present moment. We live in a continuous cycle of memory and desire. What I was and what I should be. These two ideas trap us. The past creates identity. The future creates hope. Together, they create conflict. Suppose a student wants to become successful. He looks at others and feels small. He says, "I am nothing now, but I must become something great." He starts chasing a future image. He is not aware of his present mind. He is only chasing the should-be. And this chase is endless. Even if he becomes successful, the mind will create a new goal. This movement from what I am to what I should be is the root of anxiety. It creates division in the mind, and all division leads to conflict. This is where time enters. Time is not just on the clock. It is psychological. The mind says, "I will become peaceful tomorrow. I will quit my bad habit next week. I will be happy once I achieve this or that." In reality, peace, freedom, and clarity can only happen now. But because the mind is divided between now and the imagined future, we never settle in the present. This inner division is the breeding ground of ego. The ego is not just pride. It is the sense of separation. It is the idea that I am this and not that. It is built through comparisons, achievements, failures, likes, dislikes, beliefs, and opinions. You get attached to a certain image of yourself and defend it. If someone praises you, you feel worthy. If someone criticizes you, you feel attacked. Why? Because your identity depends on others. This dependency is the root of suffering. You think you are managing your mind, but your mind is managing you. Real mind management is freedom from this ego. But you cannot fight the ego. It will only become stronger. You can only observe it. You can watch the subtle ways in which it operates, in conversations, in relationships, in work. For example, a man may appear humble, but deep inside, he wants recognition. He may act kind, but only to be liked. The ego is clever. It wears many masks. Only a silent mind can see through its games. And silence does not come by force. It comes when the observer within you is awake. That observer is not separate from you. It is your own awareness. When you sit quietly and watch your thoughts, you are returning to your original nature. You are no longer the puppet of thoughts. You are seeing the show, not becoming the show. In this seeing, the mind begins to settle. And with that settling, intelligence flows. Another important point in the science of mind management is attention. Where your attention goes, energy flows. If your attention is constantly on problems, negativity, and comparison, your mind will be filled with tension. But if your attention is on understanding, silence, and presence, your mind becomes a friend. Attention is like sunlight. It helps things grow. So, what are you growing inside your mind? If you keep watering thoughts of fear and self-doubt, they will grow strong. If you water thoughts of observation and clarity, they will deepen. But this choice requires discipline, not the discipline of force, but the discipline of love. You must love your own mind enough to understand it. You must respect your own inner life. Most people respect others more than they respect their own minds. They clean their homes, but they don't clean their thoughts. They exercise the body, but don't take care of the inner noise. That is why even with success, there is no peace. True health is mental clarity, and mental clarity begins with awareness. Not awareness of others, but awareness of yourself, of your thoughts, emotions, reactions, desires, and illusions. This self-awareness is the greatest education. Let's take another example. A woman feels insecure in her relationship. Her partner goes out often, and she feels jealous and afraid. Her mind says, "He doesn't love me anymore," or "He must be cheating." These thoughts are painful, but they feel real. Now, if she tries to control the partner, it creates conflict. But if she observes her thoughts without acting on them, she may discover something deeper. Maybe her insecurity is not about him. It may be about her childhood abandonment, or maybe it's the fear of loneliness she never faced. By observing the thoughts, she goes to the root of the problem. The more she watches, the more she understands, and understanding brings healing. Similarly, a man may feel angry at work because he is not getting promoted. He thinks his boss is unfair. But if he observes his mind, he may see that his anger comes from a deeper belief that he is not good enough. He may be depending on external success to feel valuable. This observation is not negative, it is liberating. Because once you see the pattern, you are not trapped by it. You may still work hard, but now without desperation. You may still love someone, but now without fear. This is the beauty of awareness. It makes everything lighter. Many people ask, how long will it take to be free of my thoughts? The answer is, don't think in terms of time. Time is a trick of the mind. When you say, I will be free someday, you are postponing freedom. You are creating a future self that doesn't exist. In truth, freedom is now. You can be free in this very moment, simply by observing your mind without becoming it. The mind wants to control everything, people, outcomes, situations. But life is unpredictable. The more you try to control, the more anxious you become. So the science of mind management is not a method. It is a movement of awareness. It is not about becoming perfect. It is about seeing clearly.